So here's another little project I've been wanting to try in the backcountry, and that's the Swedish torch or Canadian candle. And I see a lot of people do this, on YouTube in their backyard with a cordless drill or a long extension cord or some variation of it by chainsawing it and then wiring it back together again, and you name it, people try it different ways. But apparently, and honestly I've never tried this before, but apparently this is a legitimate style of campfire, cooking fire, a warming fire. So I thought it'd be really cool if, I got my antique drill. If I came out into the backcountry, I got an 1.5 bit on there and actually did it out here and tried it in kind of a real world, I don't know if I'd call it a survival situation, but here we are, miles out into the bush, hand drill and all. So I'm going to drill a hole in this way and then one the other way, and then I'm going to cut this off, and then I'm going to stand it vertically, and then we're going to try and light it and see if we can get it going. So to kind of summarize, that's it. I'm going to start the drill. I'm not going to bore you guys with all the drilling. You see me drill lots of holes before, but yep, I'll get her ratchet going the right way. But that's basically it. Unfortunately, with these spade bits, they don't work quite as well on the end grain. That little screw point doesn't suck in as much, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of pushing here. But when I stop the camera and this hole is deeper, rest assured there's no power drill out here. It's just been all me. So let's get this hole drilled. Okay, it's taking a little bit of time, but as you can see, I got that bit buried pretty good. I think I'm going to go a little deeper. I got an 1.5 hole, and my chuck is fitting right inside there. I did bring an extension, but I don't feel like going another, whatever that is, 12 inches. So I'm going to bury that as far as I can. Right now I got about, I don't know, maybe 10 inches in there. I'm going to go right to 12 so that we get a good draft on this thing. Then I'm going to drill the side hole, and then we're going to cut it off. Okay, so we got horizontal drilled as far as we can right up to the top of the handle here, and now we're going to go vertical. That is if my arms will hold out that long. Okay, so obviously I got my holes drilled. That's the one that went in from the end. That's the one that went in from the top. And then I cut it off just a few inches below that. So these two holes connect. So I got a good long chimney. Hoping it's not too long, but the wind is coming from that direction. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a piece of fat wood. I'm going to spark up a little bit of tinder here. Light the fat wood, insert it into the side hole, and hopefully we can catch this thing so that the updraft keeps it burning and then consumes the log from the inside out. So let's see how it goes here. First of all, we'll get the fat wood going. Make sure that's burning well, which I think we're good. Okay, so here we go, in from the side. I'm just going to hold that so it's right at the edge. Okay, so that one piece of fat wood there seems to have sparked that thing up pretty good. You can see the draft that's going in that way, and a pretty impressive flame coming out the top. So I'm not sure if that's going to be sustainable once the fat wood is gone, but we'll try and keep it going here. Push the fat wood in a little more. Like I said, pretty good chimney effect going up that log there. So a couple minutes into this little burn test here, and that thing seems to be roaring right along. I don't know that my fat wood is making any difference there at all, but I'll leave it in there. Good amount of fire. Just so you know what's happening with the camera, I'm running out of space. I sparked this thing up and it shut down. No more memory. I deleted a couple things, and I'm to the point where I don't know if it's going to run out of space again here, and I'm not sure what I can delete. So anyway, we got the Swedish candle going here, and I'm going to let it burn for as long as it wants to burn, well into the dark anyway. So I'm going to shut the camera down, go, delete some more stuff, free up a little bit more space, and then we're going to come back and check on the Swedish candle. So right now we're only about I don't know, maybe 5 minutes into this thing. Missed the big spark up, but basically as soon as I stuck that fat wood in there, up she went. So and it's still burning. So I'm going to shut it down, make some space on the camera, and we'll come back and carry on with it. So it's been a good 15 minutes since we sparked this thing up, and as you can see, it's still roaring right along. So I'm pretty impressed with the amount of heat it's given off here. Kind of cool to be able to sit outside. Sun's just gone down, starting to cool off a little bit. Warm our hands, warm the body a little bit, and just enjoy a nice evening. So got the stool I made yesterday out of the tarp shelter, and I think we're just going to sit here a little bit longer and see how long this thing lasts. So it's been just over an hour since I sparked that thing up, and as you can see, it's still going strong. Quite a bit of log left. The hole in the middle there hasn't really enlarged very much, but you notice that the side hole has burned out quite a bit. Quite a bit of oxygen going through there, and that's also the wind direction, so that might be promoting that. And the other thing is that at the back of the log, I guess there was a bit of a crack there, and so it's opened up. And we got a little bit of burn happening there. So we'll see what happens to that. Maybe the whole log will split, maybe it'll just burn up the back. But I think there's a little bit of life left in this thing yet. So we'll come back in another hour and see how it looks. So there it is, an hour and a half. And while it's still burning, I think it's losing a little bit of its momentum. That chimney effect that was there when we first started it up, it's kind of died off a little bit because we got the big hole out the back. There we go. Got the hole out the back, the hole out the front, and like I said, it's still burning okay, but not with the same ferociousness as it was when we first started. So still a lot of heat coming off that. I'm gonna enjoy it for, I don't know, a few more minutes here, another half an hour, and then by that point, just because it'll be time to pack things up and get ready for bed, we're gonna put that Canadian candle to bed as well. So it's been a fun little project. Honestly, I said I never made one of those before. Been dying to try, and at the same time, I've been avoiding doing it in the backyard because that wouldn't be any fun either. So kind of cool to do it out here in the bush.